Welcome to Cowboy Logic. On this week's episode, I'm going to walk you through the steps of evaluating a horse and seeing if he needs more training or if we just need to find the customer a new horse. The horse behind me is a 6-year-old gelding. His name's Cinch. They've been trying to work on the ranch with him, but they say he is extremely buddy sire. They've tried a lot of different things to get him over this, from putting him by himself for quite a while to, just being really aggressive when they're riding around other horses trying to get him to focus and stuff. So they want me to give my professional opinion on this horse. Is he fixable? As you can see behind me right now, he's standing there, he's pawing. It's pretty obvious that he doesn't have much patience. So we're going to start helping him through and see if we can connect with this horse today.
Trust and leadership are critical to success at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center in Manhattan. Just ask Coach Bill Snyder.
People of the Regenerative Center do care about others. I've been highly impressed with those people that have that vested interest and try to help people become better. The center really is a wonderful thing here in Manhattan, first of its kind. We're on the cutting edge of what lies ahead.
Find out more about the trusted leader in stem cell therapy at kansasrmc.com. Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to the Jerry Thomas Gallery and Collection, where we showcase my renowned frontier military and Native American artifacts. Behind me you see a touch of fall. We put together not only the beauty of Micah Highwalking, who is the first graduate of West Point of the Northern Cheyenne people and a dear friend, but also a Hudson's Bay blanket that I have here in the gallery. The unique opportunity that I was able to have was we unveiled this painting and surprised Micah at Custer Battlefield, a true honor.
You don't have to be a farmer or rancher to become a Kansas Farm Bureau member. Anyone can join. As a member, you'll get discounts on things like hotels and entertainment, health and wellness services, cell phone plans, and more. You'll also strengthen the lives of your fellow Kansans and help build strong, prosperous communities through agriculture advocacy and education. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/join to learn more.
Welcome to Cowboy Logic. On this week's episode, I'm going to walk you through the steps of evaluating a horse and seeing if he needs more training or if we just need to find the customer a new horse. The horse behind me is a 6-year-old gelding. His name's Cinch. They've been trying to work on the ranch with him, but they say he is extremely buddy sire. They've tried a lot of different things to get him over this, from putting him by himself for quite a while to, just being really aggressive when they're riding around other horses trying to get him to focus and stuff. So they want me to give my professional opinion on this horse. Is he fixable? As you can see behind me right now, he's standing there, he's pawing. It's pretty obvious that he doesn't have much patience. So we're going to start helping him through and see if we can connect with this horse today.
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary Flex Plate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
I've been using CSI pads for 16 years. And there's a reason behind that. It is a total performance system for me. I just can't say enough about them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
The new Better Horses Network is worldwide, featuring worldwide radio and TV with iconic hosts like Al Dunning, Sharon Camarillo, Ernie Rodina, Lindy Birch, and Craig Cameron. With American Cowboy, Horse and Rider, Brushy Creek, Cavenders, and Ride TV. Worldwide radio and TV, the all-new Better Horses Network.
Welcome back. On this part of the evaluation, I'm going to start just like I would if this was a first ride colt for the most part, and I'm going to start with groundwork, and I'm going to start seeing how many little chinks in the armor this horse has in his foundation. We've already seen when he was tied up that he has no patience, that he's pretty insecure there. So I'm just going to ask him off. I'll point, I'll step that direction. I'll just ask him to kind of move around me here. You can see he's not confident in it yet. There. I always want to let him have a chance to figure out the good deal, but then if he hesitates, I'll go ahead and I'll reinforce and say, go ahead and move on. That's pretty nice. I'm going to step to that hip and disengage it. Really good. What I expect, and luckily he's not right now, is this horse is a creeper. He's always looking to you for reassurance that everything's okay. So what I mean by a creeper, he's always creeping into your space. And what we need to do with our groundwork right now is make sure, you've seen how he moved in there, is to make sure and put him out there on his own enough and use this groundwork to help build confidence in our horse. So when he comes in, I just need to move him back there and just leave him there and let him stand out there. And you can see, I want both eyes on me. I'm not going to be really offensive with my movements when I ask him to move back. I'm just going to say, hey, get your butt back there where you belong. You can stand. All right, so I'm going to point. I step that direction I'm going to go, and I'm going to ask. Push him on around me. And as he's going around me, he's kind of snorting just a little bit. When I move that flag, he's really got that ear on it and his eye on it. And I'd say he's more in that reactive state of mind at this stage still. We want to work on this, and we'll just keep changing direction until we get him moving confidently. I'm going to step, push the hip. There we go. I don't want to get out here and just do a whole bunch of mindless circles for him. I want to get him interacting with me and focusing on me here. So lots of direction change. He's actually doing a little bit better at this than I thought he might. I figured he might pull on me a whole lot, but he's kind of going out to the end of the lead. I'm able to keep my hand fairly open. I'm not having to pull on him. He's kind of figuring his way through this. But every time I ask him to disengage that hip, you see he kind of gets rushy. I think he's doing it more. I gave him the chance to move off nicely, and then I really encouraged him to move off. I don't ever want to have to beg a horse to move. I want to suggest and then follow my lead. So I'll just work this till it's smooth, like we're dancing. I'd prefer to see that head stay level when I ask him, not come up. Every time that head pops up there like that, that's him kind of posturing a little bit. There you go. I asked him to disengage, he didn't. I'm just going to help him. There we go. Things are going to be moving around him when we're riding. He's going to be that reactive about it. I'd hate to think of what it'd be like when I'm on him. You see, he kind of wants to grab his rear a little bit, move off. That's okay. Let him move. Let him process that that wasn't so bad. That was a better response than we've been getting. Modern horsemanship's done a great job of teaching us how to desensitize a horse when they're standing still. Not so much when they're moving their feet. And that's what I was working on there as I run that flag up toward his shoulder at that stirrup. I want him to think that's no big deal when I do that. That's better. This side's already better than the first side we started on. Getting less and less reaction. That's a good thing. We want him to know what I'm asking him to do isn't going to hurt him, but yet it's going to help him. It's going to give him what he needs from us the most, and that's leadership. Really nice. So what I would do is I'm doing these evaluations, I would work this until I get this horse flowing around me smoothly and nice. What I really like is I only had to put him back in his space a couple different times. So that tells me that probably what's went on here is they just haven't been consistent with saying, no, you need to stay in your space. It's the little things that make the big difference in horses, people. And him respecting my space and staying out there, that's doing two things. It's keeping me safe, and it's teaching him confidence that it is okay for him to be out there on his own. When we come back, we will get up in the saddle and I'll show you how I would handle a horse that's a little bit buddy sour.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
This is one of my favorite bits that I make. The name I give this bit is the Derby bit. I had a roan head horse that was running through the bridle with the chain bit, and I made this bit here. It really worked good on that horse. I sent this bit to Donnie McNeese, who breaks in cattle for Jeff Smith and Ike Cox. And I said, ride this bit on a lot of horses, see how you get along with it. They did. He said, Bull, that's really a good bit. Fits a lot of horses. Then I give this bit to my good friend, Brent Wright, who I make bits for. And I said, see how this bit will work on a reining horse. I call him up a couple months later. I said, Brent, how you getting along with that bit? And he said, good. He said, you don't need it right this minute, do you? And I said, no. He said, good, because I'm down here in Texas and I just won a big futurity riding that bit. And when Brent got home, he gave me the buckle that he won the futurity with. I'm really proud of that buckle that Brent Wright gave it to me, and also that he got along so good with my bit.
All over the country, more and more communities are making the change to biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil, and the decision continues improving the health and welfare for millions of Americans while adding billions to our national economy.
Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to get on Cinch and we're going to go through and see how his foundation really is. You can see as he's shaking his head, he's really excited about the experience that's fixing to go on. I put a nice little D-ring in him, and I'm just going to bend him around a time or two and make sure that he is soft and supple. I never pay attention to what other people tell me about a horse. I always check and find out for myself. I don't want to assume that this horse is really, really broken nice, because what could happen is I get up here and one person's broke horse is another person's very green horse. Expectations are a whole lot different among different riders, for sure. So he seems like he's fairly soft and nice there. Just bend him a time or two, make sure he's with me. Make sure when I get up there, I'll be able to get his nose around in case he gets excited, so I can help him through any problem we'd have. Step up here. I'm going to go ahead and bend him as I step on him because I don't know him. Just pat him and rub him. And when I get up here, I expect him to stand. I'm going to release. If he goes to walk off, I'm going to bend him the other way. I'm just going to sit up here and help him through it. I don't want a horse to get in the habit of just walking off when I get on him. I want him to be able to stand there quietly and nicely. I don't want them to be in a hurry to go anywhere at first. I want them thinking about what I'm asking them to do. And it's a lot of responsibility for this horse right now to do nothing. That should be the easiest job he has, is when I ask him to sit here and just be polite and nice. That should be his easy job, but it's pretty tough for him. He feels like he needs to be moving his feet. And I'll help him here. But I want him to wait on me. And he keeps trying to get just a little bit ahead of me. That's fine. We'll just work on softening. I never look at a mistake from a horse like it's a big error or something like that that needs to be punished. I look at it as, well, at least he's trying. As long as we can keep him trying, I ask him to move off there. I'm just going to work on disengaging his hip and seeing if he's with me. Push that hip around. I'm going to walk out. Slide that right hand down, add that right leg. Push that hip around. Kind of hanging, I'm just going to bump with that right leg. Bump, bump. Release and walk out. Wanted to get a little fast there. That's okay. I'm going to hold. Another horse just went past the gate. You seen his ears come up? There we go. Walk out. We'll just keep helping him here. Yep. Every time he decides he's going to get a little faster than what I want, I'm going to redirect that energy. We need to always remember, we need to take negative energy and redirect it into positive energy. One rein at a time on these horses. That way, we're not wadding that energy up and helping that horse to find that explosion. There. And he says he needs to move, that's fine. That allows us to work on the things that we need to work on. So he's getting softer with that hind end now. So now we're going to link it and make this drill a little more complex. I'm going to start by pushing the hip, and then I'll step through the shoulders here. Just going to hold, wait on him, boom, there we go. We're doing the hips and shoulders drill here, just seeing how he is. Hip, shoulder. And I'm just alternating sides, right then left, right then left. Hip. I'm going to wait till the shoulders. There they go. He wanted to rush out of that. Hip. I'm asking the shoulders now. There. We're going to walk out. And I think this is probably the first time this horse has ever been in an indoor. He's kind of looking around a little bit, but at least he's not losing control of himself, wanting to spook and jump, and he's kind of staying with me. I'm just going to keep redirecting. Shoulders, good. He actually feels like to me that on his back is a little bit better than on the ground. On the ground, he wants to be in your space all the time. And when I'm up here on his back, he seems like he's fairly soft and willing and trying hard. We're going to go to another drill now. I'll take his hip. I'm just running through his foundation, seeing where the chinks are. I'm going to hold till he backs and ask him to back. You can see he's kind of pushing down on that bridle there. So I'm just going to hold till that head comes back up right there. And he gets soft. Now I'm just going to walk him off again. Do it to the left. Disengage the hip. You can see him kind of getting rushy right there. That's fine. Ask him to back. There you go. When we come back, I'm going to introduce another horse in here and see if he loses focus or if he stays with me. This week on Fact or Fiction, we're going to discuss whether or not the swirls on your horse have anything to do with their disposition or their trainability. It was explained to me at a very young age by an older cowboy that actually swirls do have a lot to do with whether a horse is trainable or more willing. It was explained that if the swirl is actually in the center of the eyes, that typically means that the eyes are set wider on the horse, and that allows the horse to have a wider field of vision. I've personally rode lots of different horses with multiple swirls, swirls where they're not supposed to be, and I found that some of them, it didn't matter on. They were just good individuals. So I'm not saying that this is rock solid, that I would only buy a horse if the swirl was exactly in the center of his head, or if he only had one. If he had multiples, I've had several that were lots of different ways. But if I was looking for a horse that I wanted to make sure his disposition might be a little bit easier to get along with, I would sure look for a swirl in the center of the head with the eyes set wide on the skull.
All over the country, more and more communities are making the change to biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil. And the decision continues, improving the health and welfare for millions of Americans while adding billions to our national economy.
I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary FlexPlate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
I've been using CSI pads for 16 years, and there's a reason behind that. It is a total performance system for me. I just can't say enough about them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
This Medford, New Jersey school bus runs on biodiesel, and so do these. In fact, all of these buses run on clean-burning biodiesel, which is great because the more we use biodiesel in our heavy-duty vehicles, the less carbon pollution in our air. Think how great it would be if more of our school buses ran on biodiesel. More biodiesel, less carbon pollution. More is less. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Welcome back. In this segment, we've brought another horse in, and we're going to see if we can kind of find some of these buddy sourness issues that they say that this horse has. I'm going to work here just a little bit, and I'm going to keep coming back and letting this horse kind of rest next to Buster here for a couple seconds, and then we're going to take the other horse out of the equation, and we're going to see if this horse loses focus like they say he will, and then I'm going to show you how I would deal with it. So I'm just going to kind of work him around here, maybe trot him around a little bit, and I'm going to purposely set him up to really buddy up to this other horse, hopefully. Every time I stop and give him a release, it's going to be right next to Buster because I really need to see these problems so I can properly evaluate the horse. So I'm just going to trot him a couple circles. I'm going to ride up here. A lot of times people misunderstand buddy sourness. What they think is, that the horse just wants to be with the other horses. But the truth about buddy sourness is the horse is looking for a leader. And at the stage that they are really sour, they're telling you that you are not being a good enough leader, so they're looking to other horses to be a leader. If we get on them and we help control their feet and redirect their body and get control of their mind to where they're following us and we become one, then the buddy sourness will disappear for sure. So I'm going to trot a couple more circles real quick. Let him kind of start thinking Buster's pretty good. And then we're going to take Buster out of the equation here. We want to recreate these situations in the safest possible way we can. You know, I wouldn't say I'd deal with this out in the pasture if I wasn't really experienced. So, Allison, go ahead and ride out and go ahead and put him up, plumb out of view. Let's just kind of see what happens. You can already see how much this horse is wanting to go to that other horse. So I'm just going to go right back to disengaging his hip, moving him off. Disengage his hip, move him off. And I want that anxiety to actually build just a little bit so you'll be able to see it. But on the other hand, I want to be able to help him. I can tell, you can see his focus is where Buster is. It's not with me. So every time I feel that focus leave, I'm going to redirect him. He's got his ear going to the other horse. I'm going to redirect him. I'm going to just start helping this horse to understand that I'm his leader. I'm here for him, and I'm going to help him through this. I want the horse to start looking to me for comfort, not looking to the other horses for comfort. As our relationship builds, he'll get more confidence in me, and he won't need that other horse. I'm just going to help him. You can see that his energy level is a little bit higher than what it was before. And every time, his expression will tell you so much, and it's so important that we listen to what our horses are saying. When them ears leave us, we need to be thinking about getting that horse to focus. Horses focus through movement of their feet. So we need to reestablish movement of the horse's feet to bring that mind back to us. Now he's starting to relax and walk out a little bit. That wasn't that bad a deal. It was pretty easy to help him. Too often, though, we'll want to just sit. Well, let's just give him a minute to figure this out. The problem is they start looking for trouble when you give them a minute to figure it out. Always be there for your horse and help your horse. Thank you for watching Cowboy Logic this week. Go out and check out the new website, cowboylogictv.com, and join our fan club. Go out, grab your horse, and give it a good old Cowboy Logic try.